Hey, what's up, guys? It's CJ. I'm here with Mike and Richard, and we're bringing you another episode of Superhero Sundays, where we're going to dive into DC Comics and the parallels between Wonder Woman 1984 and WandaVision. But before we get into all that, don't forget to like and subscribe because any and all support is greatly appreciated. It helps us impact the community by honoring frontline medical workers and also impact the homeless population. With all that being said, roll the intro. Yeah, I kind of feel like at this point, DC, they have to just come up with a new plan. Because I mean, if you, like I said, if you would have tried to do what MCU did, you would have been kind of ridiculed or made fun of. So you'd have been no way you can win. People wouldn't have been happy no matter what. So the way they're trying to do it, where they have just these big movies coming together, you can do it that right way. You just have to have the right script. You have to have the right writers to go ahead and do it. And they don't have that. I don't know what's up with their writers, and because the 1984 movie, it was so hyped. It had great advertising and marketing, and I was hyped for it. You know, with the HBO Max and the first movie that's going to be streamed on there, I was like so excited for it. But that movie was horrible. I did not like 1984 compared to, maybe because the first Wonder Woman was really, really great. It was a good movie. I like that a lot. I think it's probably the best DC movie that they have so far. And 1984 was just to me, it was a flop. It was just horrible story. I didn't like the villain. I thought Cheetah was cool. Her story was okay, but it was just not a good movie. Mike, what do you think about 1984 and what DC tried to do there?
So I think their big fail there with that movie was that they tried to make Wonder Woman too much into that she's a woman, do this rom-com type of thing. When you look at the first movie, they went at it as a superhero action movie.
Yeah.
And with that, the movie was, like you said, probably the best in the DC cinematic universe. You know, I'm not talking about, you know, the Batman trilogy before. I'm talking about the movies that are coming up in this cinematic universe that they're building, or that they were building before they just completely scrapped it. The Wonder Woman was the best movie that they came out with. And I think it's because of that notion that they took this character. Yes, she's a woman, but at her core, she's a warrior. She's a princess, yes, but she's a warrior. She's there to fight. She wants to fight for good, for all the people, not just for women, but for everybody. And they showed her doing that and being relentless in how she went about it. Like, it's just who she is. And then they take that whole notion, the whole part of the movie that made it so great. And yes, at the end of the movie, it was kind of like a love story with her and Trevor and him dying and so on and so forth. But that was like a piece of the story, a piece of the movie. It wasn't engulfing the movie at all. But then you get into this new one, and it's literally what the plot is. It's literally the plot of the movie is her, spoiler alert, it's her using the wish stone to bring back her dead boyfriend because she misses him and can't get over him.
Yeah.
So this is what the movie's about. Me getting over it. The tie in with Wanda and Vision. What is grief but love persevering? It's exactly what this movie was about, was her grieving over her lost boyfriend and couldn't be over it.
Yeah.
And if you really look at the parallels, WandaVision brought back her husband because she missed him so much.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman brought back her dead boyfriend because she missed her so much. And it caused all this mischief, because of everybody getting their wishes and so on and so forth, that they resent their wishes, is the same thing that WandaVision, her original notion of bringing back her husband, caused all these issues. Like, this is literally what Wonder Woman was about.
Yeah.
And guess what? Again, Marvel did it better.
I was going to say, why did it work for WandaVision but not work for 1984? The writing. The writing was just perfect for WandaVision. It was, like I said, different. I mean, it could be, romantic thing, of course, but they did it in a way that was like, they approached it in a way that no one expected them to approach it. And 1984 was just a regular, like I said, rom-com movie. It seemed like and it did not meet his expectations. It was just, like I said, a flop.
And don't get me wrong, I love DC as a company. Batman's my favorite, comic book character of all time. I love the stories, the Batman trilogies, everything about them. But it's just the things that they do. Oh, the animated movies by DC is far, far more fantastic than they are for Marvel animated movies. But what they've recently done with their DC cinematic universe, it's just really is disappointing. For the amount of stories and iconic characters that they have as a whole, they really, really, really just
drop the ball.
They're not just dropping the ball; they're like grabbing the ball and chucking out the backyard and say, "We don't want."
They're not even dropping; they're missing the ball. They can't even grab the ball.
You know what though? Like, that's a good point about the animated movies. At this point, I feel like if they would have brought out animated movies to the theaters and they would have just went with that, they probably would have killed it. They would have did something so different. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's bringing these animated movies to the theaters and making it like, this big thing. If they would have did that, they would have probably made more money than Marvel, or as much money as Marvel, because they're doing something different.
Speaking of this Justice League movie, right? This one, the whole thing about the new one, the Snyder Cut that's coming out with Darkseid and all this stuff. Justice League War is an animated movie where this is exactly what happens. Wow. Darkseid comes and Superman, Batman, all these people get together for the first time and fight against Darkseid. And guess what? The animated movie was way better.
Richard, what do you think, man? You think that would have worked if DC would have came out with animated movies instead of actual live action movies? Do you think that would have worked more than what they've been doing?
I think it probably would have gotten better reviews, but because of the fact that it's anime or animated, it wouldn't have hit with adult audiences as much. It would mainly target towards kids and teenagers, possibly. Some of the hardcore fans who are adults would definitely be into it and would definitely love it. I think overall, it probably would have been more successful and, like I said, better reviews. But on a financial standpoint, I don't think it
not as much.
It wouldn't have done any worse or better.
Yeah, man. I don't know what DC can do at this point. Like I said, for me, I think the best movies they've had so far is the first Wonder Woman, and I actually liked Aquaman. What do you think about Aquaman, you guys? What do you think, Mike, about Aquaman? Did you like that one?
I liked Black Manta. That was my favorite part of the movie. Black Manta was portrayed perfectly. His hatred towards Aquaman is literally what drives him. It's funny because if I remember correctly, that Aquaman, kills his father, and then later on in the comic books, I think Black Manta tries to kill Aquaman's son, trying to like flip the script on him type of thing to find revenge. But my favorite part was definitely Black Manta. And if I remember correctly, Agent Woo is actually in Aquaman, isn't he?
I don't remember. Is he?
I don't remember.
I think he is.
What character did you play?
He plays the wacky guy with a conspiracy.
He does. You're right. He plays the guy who says he's seen the Seaman, or this guy who, a mermaid or something. You're right.
Another connection.
That's funny, man. Jimmy Woo, man. He's hilarious. I like that actor. He's funny. What do you think about Aquaman, Richard? Did you like that movie? Did you even see that movie?
I did. I saw it. I actually liked it. I actually liked. I agree with Mike. The portrayal of Black Manta was really spot on. I like Jason Momoa as an actor.
Yes.
So I felt he filled it nicely. When they first introduced him as Aquaman, I want to say in Batman vs Superman, there was like a video clip of him swimming out, something like that. So that I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, because I know him really more from like Game of Thrones, and I really liked Jason Momoa as that character. Overall, the film entertaining. I liked it. Could it have been better? Probably, but wouldn't say I didn't like it. I wouldn't say that it was a failure. Probably, if anything, it's probably second best DC movie in this universe. I think.
I thought the action in that movie was great. Yeah, Jason as Aquaman, I thought was a great cast. Like when you look at him, yeah, he looks like he can be like an Aquaman or some kind of mermaid or something. So it was a great cast. The casting of Gal for Wonder Woman, I think people at first didn't really like it. You think, Mike? But then as she's a great actress, and she did a good job as Wonder Woman. But as far as the looks of Wonder Woman, do you think people were like, nah, she doesn't really like a Wonder Woman?
Originally, they didn't like her because she was Israeli and not a for Greek mythology. When they announced it, that's what they had beef with. But
I feel like they probably wanted somebody besides being a Greek woman, somebody more muscular to play Wonder Woman. And when I see Wonder Woman, I think, what's the lady from The Mandalorian that got fired recently?
Gina Carano?
She looks like she can play a Wonder Woman. Like she's muscular, she's pretty, and she can act. So I think she would have been a good cast for Wonder Woman.
And she's a real fighter.
Yeah, exactly, right. She actually, Mike's like, nah, not.
To be honest, I've read a lot of comic books where Wonder Woman was in it. I don't think not one time did I ever see, ooh, she looks like a real fighter. Like she looks really big, like a fighter. No, she is tall, of course. She's busty. She's got a figure, yes, but she's not like that lady from Mandalorian. She's not that kind of figure. So, when you think about the first person who played her, what was that?
Linda Carter?
Linda Carter. She didn't look like that lady from Mandalorian. She looked like a grown woman. Curvy grown woman. And that's what you think of when you see Wonder Woman. I mean, look at the comic books, right? But Gal brought a more grounded Wonder Woman, more grounded in the way that it makes better sense that she's not big-breasted, big booty. She actually has like the physique of somebody that would be a warrior princess.
But speaking of, DC and Wonder Woman, our Real Life Hero Award winner is a Wonder Woman. I'm going to let Richard actually go ahead and take this for me and go ahead and talk about her because this is one of his friends. And she's actually been through a lot, but she's a Wonder Woman.
She's an administrator, so works in the registry part where, when patients come into the hospital, nowadays, the first person they see is security. They get scanned, their temperature scanned, and then they got to go talk to someone why they're in the hospital, why they want to be seen. That's her.
Nice.
Right. So, and she does a lot of support around the emergency room that she works at too, with the nurses and some of the LVNs and the doctors themselves. So she's a big supporting role to the success of that room day in, day out. Her name is May Bassingat. I've known May for over 20 years now. She's been working at the San Gabriel Valley Medical Center ER for at least 13, 14 years, something like that. And, she's lived quite a tale outside of work too. She's a survivor. She was at Las Vegas during the shooting at the Route 91 concert. And, wow. she's told me before, that, as she was running, she's seeing people around her drop down, getting shot. And her group were lucky to run out unharmed. So she's a survivor. She's definitely a very strong person. So
yes,
definitely I'm very proud of her. So
she is a Wonder Woman. So thank you. We honor you. We really appreciate what you're doing. And congratulations. So I will be sending her a gift card, a Royal Zealous drawstring bag, and a Comic Hero ID badge for her ID badge at work. So congrats again. Thank you for what you're doing. And that's going to conclude our kind of random show for today, just spitting off the top of the head and our love for the superhero movies. Again, tune in next week for another Superhero Sunday show. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below any topics or things that you guys want us to talk about. Again, any support is greatly appreciated. So have a good night, you guys. Love you.